Welcome to TYT Sports, everybody. Ben Mankiewicz and Jason Rubin. There's a new beef in the NBA. It's Kevin Durant and Stephen A. Smith.
It's a juicy one.
It is. Is it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at the headliners of the fight, Stephen A. and Kevin Durant are some two household names.
They are. I like them both. I mean, Stephen A. Sometimes you're like, what are you saying? But I like him personally. So what's the nature of said beef?
Well, I'll just go right to Kevin Durant and his quote. It started. Actually, we have to go before. My bad. Before Kevin Durant. When you start with Stephen A. Said that he was hearing, and when he talked to his sources, that Kevin Durant was considering the Los Angeles Lakers in free agency.
If he doesn't resign with Oklahoma City, that he is leaning toward
hearing that he's leaning.
He's hearing that he's leaning toward the Lakers.
Right.
And then Durant responded on Twitter forcefully
with this quote / tweet. I don't talk to Stephen A. Smith at all. Nobody in my family, my friends, they don't talk to Stephen A. Smith. So he's lying.
All right.
Now, fast forward the next day, Stephen A. Smith First Take, which I believe is the highest rated sports show on ESPN. It gets the ratings. So things like this, I just wanted to preempt this clip with, to me, it makes sense as to why Stephen A. Smith does these things.
You didn't want to preempt the clip.
I wanted to preempt the clip. Well, what am I trying to say here?
I don't know, but I don't think it's that.
Okay. Well, regardless.
Before we get to the clip, you wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before.
Right, but not preempt.
Okay.
Preempt means you replace the clip with what you're saying.
Oh, that's a good point. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Professor Ben. Sure. We move forward to, let's take a look at this First Take clip.
I said, if Kevin Durant decides to leave OKC, I'm hearing that LA is a prime spot that he is considering. Not to say he's not considering DC, Miami, New York, or whatever. That's what I heard. I'm not lying. If I were wrong, Kevin Durant would have signed his extension with OKC. Okay? You being represented by Rock Nation. I know these boys. They're not small timers. They don't want Kevin Durant just because his name. They want him because this brother's going to do big things, and they're going to see to it that he's going to do big things. Are you trying to tell me these large markets are not a consideration? I said nothing offensive about him. I will not say anything offensive about him. I still stand here today telling you he's a good dude, but he's wrong. And the guys that put him up to it in their own way. I'm not talking about literally his comments, but in their own way, with their chirping behind my back all the time. They're wrong too. And the sensitivity that these guys are showing, they are making unnecessary enemies. I am not one of them. I got too much love and respect for who these guys are and what they mean to my community. Okay. But I will say this lastly. You don't want to make an enemy out of me. And I'm looking right into the camera, and I'm going to say it again. You do not want to make an enemy out of me. I'm not having it. I've done nothing wrong, and I'm not going to tolerate it.
You do not want to make an enemy out of me. What? Or I'm going to badmouth you at 5:30 in the morning East Coast time on ESPN or ESPN2, whatever that show's on. Like, I got it. Break it down. Like, I was 100% with Stephen A. until that little last.
You watched this beforehand too? This wasn't the first time you've seen that.
No,
clip,
that was
correct?
no. It's the first time I saw the clip. I read what he said.
So that's an important part of it because I feel like how he delivered that.
Yeah.
The Oscar goes.
No, I just read it this morning. I didn't. So that was really silly. That was super silly. Yeah. You can make an enemy of Stephen A. Smith and go through your life and be successful. It's fine. But that said, why would you? He's right about the sensitivity of the athletes. Like, what Stephen A. Smith said was not, it's barely newsworthy. I mean, again, you got a show to fill. The Lakers are going to have cap space. Kobe Bryant is retiring. They're the Lakers. He's the biggest marquee free agent who may change hands since LeBron James. And so would he consider Los Angeles? Is that hard to believe? Well, he'd be foolish not to consider Los Angeles. Of course he should. Do you want to consider Los Angeles? And maybe they bring in 3 or 4 other guys to play with them. They're part of another great Laker dynasty. I bet he considers Los Angeles, and his agent should consider Los Angeles. And having guys say that he's considering them, there's nothing wrong with that. What Kevin Durant should have said, although what he said was fine, is, I don't know what's happening when I'm a free agent. Nobody knows. I'm committed to Oklahoma City. We're going to win a title, and my hope is to stay here. That's it. That's it, and we're done.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's it. We're fine. And as Stephen A. said there, his
Agreed.
first tweet, his first report suggested that LA was somehow in the lead. My reading of it, correct me if I'm wrong, was that LA was somehow in the lead. Again, Stephen A. hearing from people that LA might be in the lead is not much of a story. We don't know. We have no idea. I don't doubt that Stephen A. did hear that. I don't doubt that. I'm 100% certain Stephen A. didn't just make something up.
But see, the thing is,
But he said he was in the more than D.C. or Miami. But then he didn't even be backtracked with that. He just said that it was D.C., Miami, New York, L.A. They're all in it.
you can just keep going down the list. Miami, Chicago. I mean,
Right, but we think those are the teams.
Oklahoma City,
We
Dallas,
think-
Houston. Like,
Hold on, but there's a reason to think that the teams that we said are the teams that would be in the lead. Los Angeles is an attractive destination for every marquee free agent.
I get what
Miami
you're
is,
saying.
and Miami has cleared the space for it, and so has Washington, and he's from Washington, so we know that these are the
Which is
most
fair.
likely places. Yeah, he might sign with the Jazz, but I doubt it. Kevin Durant is going to get courted by the Los Angeles Lakers. That's guaranteed. And he's going to come out here because as we learn with every free agent, as they offered with Carmelo Anthony, the auxiliary things that come with being in LA, the rest of it,
the beaches, the celebrities.
yeah, but the endorsement opportunities, everything is better in LA.
Look, so here's the thing. James Harden signed a $200 million-esque shoe deal
Yeah.
in Houston. So to me, you can't
saying-
convince me that the endorsement opportunities are.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Because you're right.
fine.
So I think that's generally horseshit. They say that, and there are some other things. Well, we know this. This is where celebrity culture lives and breathes.
That's true.
And basketball players like Kevin Durant are celebrities. It makes some sense to be here and not Oklahoma City if you care about that. And maybe you do care about it a little, and maybe it's enough to make a difference. Maybe going home is enough to make a difference. That's
true.
Yeah, maybe so. I hope that's what happens. I hope that Washington gets lucky and gets him. If they do, he'll have plantar fasciitis for 5 years, and he'll play 102 games over 5 seasons. That's what we know will happen. That's what happens in Washington.
Is that all we know, though?
That's what
we don't know
happen if
where
he
he's
stays.
going, but if he does go to the
If he
Bulls,
wants to be healthy and win a title, they'll go to Washington. Something horrible will go wrong. But
be
I
a
hope,
better replacement coach than Whitman.
but I hope it works out. And we know that Kevin Durant loves TYT Sports.
Fact. Roll clip.